Okay, we're doing lab, whatever it was. 1-6, remove motherboard power supplies. So this is what you do. You attach an external, you always want to back up your data first to a USB drive or to an external hard drive. I just bought the coolest thing. I forgot to bring it in. I don't know if you've heard of Temu before, Temu.com. They sell all kinds of weird stuff. But I was there the other day looking for some stuff for gifts for friends and stuff, because they have all kinds of weird things. They had a 2 terabyte portable 2 terabyte SSD drive for $20. And I thought, oh, that has to be just the case. And I thought, oh, it doesn't say that. It says it's a 2 terabyte drive, and I ordered it, and it was. It's a 2 terabyte SSD drive that actually works. And I thought, wow, for $20. Anyway, that's a good thing to have to back up your important files, although I don't have 2 terabytes worth of important files. Then you power down and unplug it. And what happens is the power supply has like a big capacitor in it. A capacitor is something that stores electricity. And so it can maintain a charge after you've turned the power off. So by pressing the power button and holding it down, that drains the capacitor and everything. And it says in your notepad, now you take pictures with your camera if you're having to take a computer apart. So our instructions are attach an external hard drive. Well, let's find our hard drive. It's going to be in our inventory. Storage is likely. And, oh, that looks like an external hard drive. Yeah, there we go. So there's our external hard drive. I think that's all we need, right? Okay, so we're going to attach our hard drive. Oh, look at there. It's a USB. Most external hard drives, this is a big mechanical hard drive. I have some little ones, and this little 2 terabyte one is very small. I'll bring it in. So they're almost always USB drives, which means you can plug them into any port, and you don't typically need a power supply with them. There we go. Whoops, I missed. There, blue means good. So then you copy all your files off, because if you could end up losing all your power. So how do we power down the system? Well, we have to find the power button. What do you suppose the power button is? It's not going to be in the back, is it? Power down the system. And we can't rotate it. My hand is not becoming a finger. So we're not going to be bringing any extra inventory. But where do you suppose the power button is? You plug this in. Why don't we have to click that next? Yeah, we're backing up our files, right? Oh, they want us to actually drag it over. Then we disconnect it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's our power button. I thought that was it. Turning it off. And now we unplug it. Yes, indeed. And then we press the power button again and hold it down. There. We should be good. Yes. All right, we got that one done. Now we do next. Ooh, what? This means I had to have read the book. Okay, so what's another way to find that answer? You could Google it. I really don't care, but maybe we should Google it. What class of fire extinguisher puts out electrical fire? Extinguisher for electrical. Class C. Is there anything wrong with looking that kind of stuff up? No, because why memorize things? Oh, what happened to my lamp? There it is. So it's class C. I even guessed right. Nothing wrong with looking things up, but that's part of what IT people know how to do, is look things up. Besides an ESD strap, electrostatic discharge. Remember the other day we were working on the computer and we had that thing that went around our wrist and we plugged it in? That's an electrostatic discharge, because it keeps your potential, your electrical potential, the same as the system, so we don't short things out. What else can protect your component from ESD? I have some in the back of the room. They're big mats you can put things on. They're called a ground mat. And if you've ever bought components separately, like Alan did, a lot of your components were probably in a plastic bag that was silver. And those are anti-static bags. I've got a bunch of those in the back of the room. So let me stop right here. Pictures. Pay attention to where the parts are located. Cables, turn the case around. So you're going to the left side, open the case cover. Okay. I already saw that. Here's our rotator. There, the case came right off. Isn't that all it said? Oh, attach an ESD strap. So in an inventory, there should be something. Probably a tool. Oh, there it is. That should look familiar. You've seen him before because we used one the other day. And this is the part that would get attached. And then the other part would go to you. I'm not sure why it disappeared, but that part you typically attach to the device itself. And the same as that guy, you'd take that if there was a place, you'd take it and ground it. Did I win? Yes, I won. I win. Label each of the major components inside this computer. Well, this will have the same components that Alan had. So here's one. What kind of a component do you think that is? There's three different ways that we communicate on a network. We communicate by radio waves, like with wireless. We communicate with wires, like we have going into the walls in here, which that uses electricity. And it's the same thing as that little network card that I just pulled out. And we communicate with light. This, even though you may not see that very often, some computers will have wireless in them, like these little computers in this room. They all have little wireless antennas inside them. And so this is going to go over here because that's a network card. Now, memory looks like these guys right here. They're vertical and they're usually right next to the CPU because, well, I suppose because they communicate, have to communicate real fast. I don't know. If you put them further away, you'd have to have a whole bunch of wires connecting them. Anyway, these guys would be memory. Yay. All right. So, oh, yeah, see, this kind of looks like Alan's case, doesn't it? Except their CPU cooler isn't near as big, but there's a gigabyte. I think my video card at home is a gigabyte and has an NVIDIA chip in it. So Gigabyte manufactures all kinds of things, system boards, and they also manufacture video cards, but they used an NVIDIA chipset, meaning it has the brains of an NVIDIA card in it. So that is going to be a video card. CPU and fan, yep, there it is. Where's the power supply in this? That big brick is the power supply. Now, you may not be able to, oh, that isn't it. Where's that's the CPU, trying to find the hard drive they're trying to get us to get to. Now, they may think that's a hard drive. It's really hard to tell. I'm guessing that's a hard drive. Oh, there it is. It is a hard drive. Pretty ancient, isn't it? We need, oh, we even have a DVD drive. That's pretty ancient. I don't think there's anything else there. Yes. He scores. The cables have already been removed. Remove the expansion cards. Okay. So this is an expansion card. Good video cards are usually expansion cards. You can also have video on the system board. Like in the back of Alan's, he had an HDMI port. So we want to get rid of this. We have to drag, oh, and this is our wireless card right there. And that should be it. All these other slots are empty. These are all the expansion slots. Yes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. sometimes, yep. Okay, the motherboard, click each screw, okay. So we have to find some screws, and there's usually about 6 to 8 in here. Now that is really interesting. Oh, there's a screw. That doesn't look anything like a screw, does it? There's one that's gone. That actually looks like a screw right there. And there's another one. Ooh. Okay, well, mine just disappeared. Those screws were right there. What else did it say to do? I think that was it. Oh, we remove, and then you click to remove the motherboard with the CPU. Yeah. So those 3 screws are right over here, and you can't bring it back. Or maybe you can. Oh, I can reset the step. So here's one of them, which that doesn't look like a screw at all to me. Here's the next one. And then apparently you just have to click one more screw of any kind and it disappears. Usually the screws are located on these little guys. So there can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to hold the system board in. And so when Alan bought his computer, he would have bought the case all by itself and bought the system board separately, right? And then you placed it in place and put those screws on to hold it in place. Yep. And all the screws would match up. This is an ATX case too. So Alan could take his system board and plug it right into here. All right, I think we got that one right. Yes. Sometimes putting in a system board in a small case can be interesting. You know, getting it in there just right. All right, so now we're going to remove the hard drive, disk drive, SSD, and remove the power supply. So we have to do it in the right order. That's ridiculous. Okay, I guess we do. That's an old spinny disk hard drive. There it goes. Disk drive would be this. I don't know why they call it a disk drive because it's like a CD drive. Let's go ahead and hit that guy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm hitting this because that's the SSD drive. And it takes a moment. And then you're supposed to be able to get rid of the power supply.
If you click the rotate button at the top.
Oh, I do have a rotate button now. Yes,
Yeah.
at a certain point, the rotate button shows up. Okay. That's totally intuitive. Ah. Pow. It's gone. Let's practice with another system. The order in which you remove parts from a system. Uh-oh, thinking back to the steps performed, what order did you remove the parts? Well, you don't typically take the motherboard out first. We started with the expansion cards, right? And then in this case, we went in this direction. Usually I take expansion cards, drive, power supply, and the motherboard is the last. But I think this is the right answer. If it's not, you'll find out. Yes. That's the order they did it. The other one is more the order that you would actually do it. All right, I think we're getting, oh no, we're only halfway done. Whew. All right, attach an external hard drive. Oh, okay, we get this down here. We need an external hard drive. We know where that is now. Storage, this guy. It is a big hard drive. All right, attach, now we know how to do this. And we do our files. Oh, that's right, let's go over there. Copied our file. We know how to power, oh, they moved the button. It's over here. And then we unplug it. And then we've hit the power supply again. Which actually, this is the right order. I mean, this is how I would do it. Which 2 connections type did you use to connect the external hard drive to these computers? eSATA is a connector we haven't used and really was never very popular ever. USB is the most common one that we use, which is an external connection. Yay, yay, yay. And I'll pause here because Christy is helping.